Okay, so this is a weather radio collection update as of the 2nd of January, 2021. And I've actually got 3 more radios. 2 in the other room, 1 in the mailbox, and one of the 2 in the other room was a redundant order that I did not add to my eBay cart, but got purchased anyway, but oh well, it's just another Wr-100. So anyways, let's talk about this stuff. So, this is the way I've got things set up right now. That's all feeding down to a power strip on the floor. I have a 10-port power strip. It's kind of in a tower form along with 4 USB ports on it. Shipping from New York. Plus the outlets are rotated 90 degrees and they're spaced out enough so then I'll actually be able to plug in 10 things. So now that's what I gotta put up with. And then all the radios are here. My 260 and my Wr-100, we'll get to those. But starting off here in the front, this is my Radioshack 12-519. I got this on Christmas Day 2020. And it works perfectly, and it's modern WXG84.
13 cooling degree days since January 1st, which is 216 above the normal amount of 1,097 days. The mean wind for the period was. The maximum wind was 24 miles per hour from the south and...
Of course, it's got FM and AM as well. The AM's kind of useless over here because there's a ton of interference. Behind that is my Midland Wr-100C. Well, the C really just denotes the packaging type as being fucking blister packaging. This is a Midland Wr-100 version 5. I got it brand new. It showed up on, I want to say the 30th or the 31st of December, and I didn't open it up until today.
5 degrees, the dew point 40, and the relative humidity 82%.
It's mine, WX84. Does not have the squeal of death yet. Behind that is a 2004 Radioshack 12-261. I'm presuming it's the 04 model. My father said he was pretty sure he saw an advisory light instead of a statement light. Monitoring WXG84 as well.
At Logan, fair, and 45 degrees. At Elkins, most...
Then behind that is just kind of hiding. Kind of hiding back there is my Midland 74105XL.
Another system will move into the region.
Lovely, isn't it? Of course, it's monitoring WX84 as well, because the reception on the 7410X series of radios kind of sucks because it's analog-based tuning. If we move over here onto the bed and then up to the chest of drawers, next to all the boxes of crap.
Mostly cloudy, 40 degrees in Morgantown.
This is my Radioshack 12... Oh shit, I forgot. Okay. The Midland 74105XL I got on... I want to say the 20th of December. Same time I got the 260. And the 261 arrived on the 31st, and I opened it today. But this is my Radioshack 12-260 from I don't even know when. Sitting up here to monitor WXM70, and it pulls it in fairly okay.
Pressure settles in for midweek. Now, for the official National Weather Service forecast for Putnam, Jackson, Rowan.
And it might even be able to pull in other stations. Let's see. No, other stations are kind of fucked. It can pull in WXG84, and indeed it probably should be. Damn. But anyways, though, so yeah, it's monitoring WXM70, which will get me a bit of coverage, not only as redundant coverage for Western and a little bit of the closer portion, northwestern West Virginia, but also further up, like towards Wirt County, as well as coverage for a few select counties in southeast Ohio. So that'll be good for expanding the alerts I can get. And I forgot the spark. So we'll head back over there before we look at the Wr-400. This is my Grace Digital Spark, and yes, there's a drink there. This is the Shd T750. Made, I don't really know when. I got this on Christmas Day from my grandfather. It is a factory refurb, because he couldn't find any sparks new. FM's pretty darn good on it, and it sounds fairly good too.
Power on,
dual
no
forage
battery.
drivers.
Frequency. Up. Preset.
Also, together we are one, separated we are two.
Save more for adding driveways and save even more for driving safely. Visit Allstate.com or contact your local agent for a quote today. As someone once said, saving today is money tomorrow. That's deep.
Not available in every state. New customer savings based on early signing to preset. Snooze.
We're all alone.
Pre.
I will never.
Preset.
It's a little more faint than WTSQ because it's actually out of Huntington. Shit. Fuck you.
Preset. Down.
Unfortunately, AM reception isn't the
Auxiliary.
best on this. Mainly because it's in an interference-filled household, even though it does
Source.
have...
Frequency 530 AM. Preset. Are all preset. Snooze. Pre. Tune up. Frequency 700.
Visit.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first.
And that's a
Source.
local station,
Frequency,
WCHS
power
AM
off.
580. And before you ask if you know anything about these radios, yes, the AM loop antenna it came with is attached on top of the boxes that are holding volumes of the Braille Bible that I have not read yet, on top of my ATL P60, and the FM wire is running over to the closet door, just running through one of the hooks in the door. Ghetto antenna, but whatever. Next, if we come over here to the computer, it's a Dell Inspiron 620, Dell monitor, Logitech keyboard, fuck the mouse. I did get a replacement chassis for this, so I actually have the left side panel, replacement front panel, because it was missing the door over the I/O, and I actually got a power supply that mounts into the case. I'm missing half the ATX screws to mount the power supply in, so I'm going to have to get those, but the left side panel's on the computer, and so I can hide the lack of cable management, although airflow is still sufficient. But if you look on top here, my Midland Wr-100, which I got on Christmas Eve 2019 from my grandfather, brand new. It is a revision 1, so it has the micro USB for power, FM range ends at 107.3, and no wall mount. But it's pretty good. Should be for how expensive they are, but...
The maximum 24-hour snowfall was 5.4 inches between and 25th. The record 24...
Between and 25th. Foreigner.
Many times I cried alone.
Fuck that. And once I get in the power tower, as I am going to christen it, because our school has some of them, like 2 in every classroom, so the students can charge up their devices, and so the teachers can run their desktop computers from them. Excuse me. I am very sorry about that. I'm going to run the WR-100 off the USB port. There is one radio which I cannot find around here, and that's my Sharper Image emergency radio. I think it might have fallen behind the bed. I'll have to check in a few days. I don't know, I'm feeling lazy. We have two more radios here, and I'll tell you the two radios that I still need to open. Well, and then the radio which I've paid for has not shipped yet from Fleabay because the seller is on vacation. This, if you know me, you know I love this thing, and yes, it's suffered a bit, it's missing the rubber trim. This is a Seacrane CC Pocket. It's effectively Seacrane's version, the rebadged version of the Sangean DT400W. Fuck you. So I don't have an antenna attached, so I'll just try to find anything there wondering-wise. Just the mattress cover on the bed. One of our cats, unfortunately, had a seizure earlier while she was in here. Lost control of her bladder, and, well, that's why my blanket's currently in the washer. I'll move it to the dryer once this video's done. Obviously, this is my next radio, but... Okay, fuck the aux cord. But this is an AM/FM weather band radio with 1050 Hz activation. And your headphones act as your antenna. On AM, it's pretty good, actually. WLW. CFZM. WABC. WHAS. WCBS. Okay, so I don't know what that was. The frequency is 900, so it should theoretically be CHML out of Hamilton, Ontario, but maybe there's a local station interfering. And, of course, WXJ84.
Lower 30s. Light and variable winds.
I mean, I don't have an antenna attached, so I'll set this back into lock mode. The last radio is the little Midland HH50. The radio which is desperately trying to make itself viable and shot itself in the foot in the process. It's a 1050 Hz activated radio, which you cannot manually... the switch gets moved too easily there on the right side. And this is brand new. Anyways, it's a 1050 Hz activated radio with just like it's an almost cutely tiny telescopic antenna. I mean, look at that. Look at like my finger compared to that. Just a couple inches long. I can think of something which rhymes with long, begins with an SH, and ends in long, which is of a similar length, and is owned by me, but anyways, that's enough innuendo. The radio runs on 3 AAA batteries, and it's a pain in the ass to get the middle one in, unless you remove the belt clip, which is super easy to do, as I shall demonstrate. And simple. And you just pop that back in, slide that back on, realign the belt clip with the 2 little posts, and screw it back in. This radio's biggest downfall isn't that it's 1050 Hz activated, as, well, the 260, the 74105XL, my Seacrane, all are, but it's that you cannot manually select your channel, as the top button here on the side is, if you push it, it acts as your channel rescan button.
Radio. The Charleston.
And if you hold it, it's your alert test. I'll save your ears the punishment. But it's... And now let's talk the two radios I still have yet to open, the redundant Wr-100 and the radio which I have ordered and paid for, but has not been shipped out yet because it's on vacation. The radio which is in the other room that I have yet to open is a Radioshack 12-247A. Why did I get it? It was cheap, nothing more. In the mailbox is a Radioshack 12-993 with the AC adapter. This radio is fairly rare. I didn't get it because of the rarity. I got it because I wanted a Radioshack handheld in the 522, just wasn't really available. Plus, it was $17. You can't complain with a 993 for $17 on eBay. And the other radio is a Midland Wr-300. I do not know what revision it is, if it's a deluxe or not. It has been paid for. It was like $18 as well. And, like I said, the seller's on vacation, so it's not going to get shipped out. It's estimated to be here around the 14th or so. But either way, that'll be kind of cool because I'll have another Midland unit to try to balance out all the Radioshacks. And in the event you're wondering what happened to my WR-120B, well, it's up at school. Which I might be headed up to soon because Governor Justice is retarded. Okay, the governor himself isn't. It's that his re-entry plan is literally, we don't care what color you're at, the county level, you're going back to school. Here's the problem with that, Governor. You specifically stated elementary and middle school. Middle school I can kind of understand a little bit. Elementary kids are younger. They might not understand why they're taking all these precautions. At the Hug, they like to get up close to their friends. They're going to want to do that, and they're going to get pissed off they can't. They might either do it out of spite, they won't be taking their precautions as much. The schools might try to implement it, but it's flawed. Okay, it's very flawed. Not to mention the new strain of COVID, which is far more... what's the word I'm looking for? Contagious. It's far more contagious. Once that enters the state, you're fucked. Basically. And, of course, West Virginia is the most populated state. By far. But, I mean, all but one county are either orange or either, orange or red, which are your two highest things. Kanawha County is, I'm pretty sure it's orange. But a lot of the other ones, Hampshire, which isn't even major, is red. Berkeley, I think, is red. Monongalia is almost certainly red because it's Morgantown, you're up towards the Pennsylvania border. I'm surprised Calhoun County is the only one that's not orange or red. Because before, Randolph's been staying good and green. But then I actually tend to take my news more from WCHS, and I saw that on a couple of the more major news sites, as well as WSAZ. Which I'm wrong, I'm not saying WSAZ isn't a valid news source, I'm saying I kind of prefer my stuff to come from WCHS or WVAH. Anyways, that's enough for this just rambling about random garbage for 20 minutes, basically. But anyways, thanks for watching. I'm sorry you had to watch this. If you chose to, then good lord, why did you choose this? Anyways, have a good day, and if you're not having a good day, well, hopefully it improves. And if you're watching this at night, go fuck yourself.